I'm speaking with Mr. Aditya Menon, the EVP for Global Alliances of Obopay, a company that's doing a lot of work in the mobile payment space. Give us a quick history of Obopay.
We were established in 2005, went live with the US service in 2006. And the service took the form of person-to-person mobile payments along with a plastic card, a MasterCard, that you could apply for and then use the card to spend at shops but use the phone to send money to people.
So you provide credit to customers?
It was a prepaid model.
Okay.
So we started with that and then very rapidly we moved into a number of other services. And today we have 4 offerings in the US. One of them is our MasterCard MoneySend platform, which we operate on behalf of MasterCard. And that allows US consumers today to send money to each other in the US, to anybody with a MasterCard. But more importantly, it also has a cross-border angle where we've just started a US to Mexico remittance corridor. So you can send money to Mexico using the service. Its service is available at www.mastercardmoneysend.com. You could actually check it out and see how it works. It's a very new and flexible service. We also partnered with the Fidelity First, which is FIS, and also First Data Network called STAR, to enable person-to-person payments for bank partners of FIS and also to anybody in the US who has a STAR card, right? STAR is a cross-bank ATM network operated by First Data, which covers probably well over 25% of the US market.
And what would you say the US service aggregate transaction volume is?
It's picking up. I think basically our model today is rather than operating a direct service, we are working with partners who have big go-to-market reach, like MasterCard, like the banks, like the processors, the card networks. So they have actually got the marketing reach and cloud to reach consumers, and we're working with them directly for them to power it. So it's picking up. There's still some way to go, obviously.
Right.
Before we can call it a resounding success, but
roughly what's the total volume in transaction for?
Well, we, as a private company, we currently don't publish that. The other two, the emerging market scenarios are Africa and India. So in the African continent, we're working with 2 partners at the moment. One is Société Générale, French bank, who's also an investor in Obopay, and they have obviously got a number of operations in Francophone Africa, which is West Africa and North Africa. So we've launched with Senegal a product called Yobantel, which is a co-branded service between Société Générale and Obopay, and also partners with local distribution. So we've got a Credit Mutual, which is a microfinance company. We have Canal Sat, which is the television company. And we are shortly working with the Tigo, which is a carrier, to provide distribution for the service. So it's really an open ecosystem product, but supported by Société Générale, powered by Obopay, and is rolling out today in other multiple countries. So we're launching the 2nd country next month, and the subsequent countries as we go along. In Kenya, we work with the telco operated model with UCash, and U Telecom today offers the service through 4,500 agents in Kenya. It's certainly a large offering in Kenya, right alongside M-Pesa. And that service,
right alongside M-Pesa.
M-Pesa, of course, as you know, is touted as the most successful mobile payments on the planet, right, with over 20,000 agents there. Right. UCash started much later, last year, but they've got significant traction and they're building a lot of momentum in the Kenyan market. One of the unique things we've done there is we've ensured that our platform can be run on any mobile. So even if you don't have a UCash mobile, you can still use the service. So in that model, it's carrier dominated but multi-bank. So we have one bank on board and we're bringing a few more banks on board on behalf of U Telecom to make it a universal kind of service. Nokia Money in India. So we started out actually being the operator for that service. So we had done the original partnerships along with Yes Bank and Union Bank to launch the service. And of course, Nokia is a major investor in Obopay. So we worked closely with Nokia to build the original service. What we've had is a slight change of role, if you will. So Nokia being obviously one of the largest brands in India and having a huge investment in direct marketing in the market, we both felt it would be better if Nokia operates the go-to-market of the service. So we transitioned our operation of the go-to-market operation from Obopay to Nokia earlier this year, and now Nokia actually runs the service in India, but again powered by Obopay. Although you won't see our brand here, that's part of our agreement, because Nokia is a much more recognizable brand for the Indian market. So it's an open platform today that is a multi-bank and telco neutral, right? But open to partnership with other telcos. And the good thing is that we have a ubiquitous model because we have a multi-channel architecture, which means that it's not restricted only to Nokia phones. You can use any phone to operate the service.
So what does Nokia offer? I mean, do they have a specific server platform for it to be Nokia's?
Yeah, we did some joint development, and we created a very specific client for the Indian market. Now, as you will appreciate, 95% of the Indian market is, first of all, is prepaid. And secondly, most of that prepaid user base does not subscribe to GPRS, data services. So to have a rich client application that uses GPRS or data services would only cater to a very small segment of the market, right? It would not be meaningful, as a lot of mobile banking vendors have found out to their detriment. Yeah. So we worked with them in Finland to do a joint development, to develop a very specialized platform that's multilingual, that offers a rich client on the phone but uses only encrypted SMS to communicate with the server. So that's a very, very special technology that we built. And we've also now opened up through API the ability for Nokia to do their own development on high-end devices, low-end devices, as the case may be, and connect to the Obopay backend, so that we have a much more open, interoperable model.
What about proprietary networks like BlackBerry or?
Oh yeah, we were one of the first applications to be, obviously signed for BlackBerry. If you go to the BlackBerry App Store, you'll see Obopay there. Similarly, if you go to iPhone, you'll see us there, and we are certified in Android as well. Okay. So.
In building your business model, being telco neutral, bank neutral is a wonderful proposition. And yet, how payments gets built domestically in any market, you do need to have the champion, the vector, right? The vector to drive it, and everybody wants to be the vector.
Right.
The telcos won't give in, the banks won't give in.
Right.
How do you succeed in making that work? Because I cannot see that the telcos would want to drive traffic to your program if they get to lose their customers, basically. Yeah,
I think we've been very supportive. So in the US, when we first started, we obviously didn't have deals with AT&T and Verizon, but over time they saw value in it. And we did manage to sign deals with them because they saw value in the fact that we were relevant to consumers and what they want. And today, for example, we built a widget that you can put on your Facebook page to accept and make payments. So rather than, it's one of those mountain to Moses kind of situations, right? You want to go where the consumer wants you to be, right? That's one. The second thing is that in the markets that we operate, you will see that there's a collaborative model in them. So with our partnership with SG, you can see it's a bank issued but multi-telco model, right? Where it respects the telco's brand, it respects the fact that they have their own consumers, and they can even launch the product on a brand that is of their choice, although it's issued by a bank. So the bank has actually had now the foresight to see that their best shot at collaboration is to leverage the telco and their distribution and give them a fair share of revenue.